Good afternoon, vapors, vaping world. Jim Raines, the lesser man from the Vaping Militia. A little adjustment of the old chapeau. How's it going? First thing and foremost, we now have about 24, 30, 32, 31 hours left. 35 hours left to get our comments in for FDA Deeming regulations. Mine got posted this morning on the Vaping Militia Facebook page. So if you need a reference, want to copy and make your own personal changes, but use the references I did, I give you permission. Do it. Let's get those in. We've only got about less than 60,000 posts on public comments. There's millions of vapors out there, you guys, and less than 60,000, and how many of those came from the cigar industry? So vapors, let's get going. I'm going to do my second review, and again I'm going back to our friends over at Baker White. I was lucky and blessed enough to get the whole line to try out, and I did a previous review on 101. I'm not going to go into the labeling that I could talk about last time. Just be it known to all the juice manufacturers out there, this is a good example of a label that the militia thinks is acceptable. But today, I am going to continue reviewing the Odin line by BW. And today I'm looking at 104. Okay, now's the time where, there would be some fancy music and some cool graphics. No, not going to do it. 104, and this is their premium Odin by Baker White, their high VG, 70% VG. Mine was made on July 16th, and batch number 430602. I know that they've marketed this as a dripper line, a dripping line, and I'm going to do something different. I put my first one in a dripper, had it in the Origin on my box mod. Today I've got my ZNA with my copper tube, and I have the Nautilus by Aspire. Now what I have done though is I've upgraded the head to the BVC head, the bottom vertical coil head. Night and day difference, you guys. If you weren't a Nautilus or a Aspire fan, with the BDCs, I would be willing to bet you would be with the BVCs, the bottom vertical coils. And I tell you what, I tried this one in my Nautilus tank. I went out and ordered two of the minis and 2 boxes of these heads because it is so good. Since I put this vertical coil in here, I've put 2 or 3 juices through it. This is a fresh coil. I put 2 or 3 juices through it, and the first one, and I was blown away by every single juice, by the flavor concentrations, the vapor production, the ability to take it up in wattage. Up to, I had it up as high as 18, 19 watts and didn't get any burnt dry hits at all on the Aspire Nautilus, and that's unusual above about 10 watts. So amazing device. So I'm going to go ahead and give this its first vape on cam. I've been vaping this for about a day and a half, and I tell you, the flavor profile, I know that Baker White is just marketing via the numbers, but the flavor profile on this 104 is a chocolate mint or a mint chocolate, depending upon the wattage that you're vaping at. And chocolate is hard. It's hard to mix and to get a vape that's smooth across the palate. I've been told by many juice manufacturers that they have to mix multiple different chocolates to get a vape that doesn't have hard edges and is not bitter and is a lot of different things that aren't positive in the vaping experience. I don't want to sound redundant from the 101, but I was blown away. Here, let's get this a vape. I'm going to take it down to 11 watts on my 1.9 ohm coil, and it's giving me about 4.6 volts. Yeah. Um, they've nailed it again. I know that Baker White is a sponsor of the Vaping Militia, and but everybody that I've talked to, everybody that's had these juices, is just pretty much amazed by them. I think the big complaint has been obviously the numbering, rather than giving them a definite flavor profile so they know what to buy. So for example, the 105, which I'm not planning on reviewing, but I love. I'm really having trouble figuring out what the flavor profile is. I have tried a couple of their other flavors that haven't been released yet, and it's just, I mean, every single one of them is fantastically complex. Hit you across different parts of the palate, different parts of the tongue. This at 11 watts, I'm getting a very, very smooth, sweeter chocolate, more milk chocolatey at the lower wattage. A nice little mint at the back of the throat, little back of the throat hit with mint. I'm at 6 milligrams, but great aroma, superior vapor production. Wow. Okay, let's take it up to 14. Do, 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 do. I just had to do that once. I'll never do it again, I promise. And I have the biggest air hole too, so I'm getting the most airflow through here. God, this BVC coil on the Nautilus is amazing. I am getting 5.2 volts on this 1.9 ohm coil, and not a single dry hit. Super saturated vape, warming up on me. The mint is more muted now. The mint is not gone. I can definitely taste it. It's more like and actually right now I'm more like an Andes candy. Remember those little mints we get at the restaurants, or at Christmas time? Great vapor production. I mean, outstanding vapor production, up there with what you would expect on a high VG. I know on their baseline, they've had some complaints about the fact that they were 50-50-ish. They never really announced what they were, but I think you could go to the ingredient list and figure it out. For a 70-30 or 30-70, 70% VG is what you would expect. Full, rich, dense vapor, saturated vapor hit. And like I said, the mint is less of a throat hit here. It's more fully integrated into the chocolate, much like an Andes mint. Very, again, Danny and Mary over there at the at Baker White, great job. Okay, I'm going to take it up to 18 now, just because I don't like to go any higher than this, and you're gonna, because I saw one reviewer of this BVC say at 20 is when it started to dry out. So I'm going to go to 18. I am 5.8 volts on this. Okay. No dry hit. The flavor is definitely muted now. The flavor is definitely dropped down to where it's very good. But the sweet spot on this device and this on the Aspire Nautilus, not a dripper, the sweet spot on this is going to be probably around 14-15 for me. I'm getting much less mint here and much more dark chocolate. So I've gone from a minty milk chocolate in the beginning to a much less minty dark chocolate as I've raised the wattage of my device. And the vapor is just outstanding. throat hit is in my liking. You know, I'm down around that. You know, I mean, 2 or 3. I mean, almost no throat hit for me at all. Actually, I don't get any throat hit at this at all, except for the mint. I can feel the mint in the back of my throat. Listen, I'm not trying to be a Baker White homer here, but this is good. I've had this 104 loaded in my Aspire, my Nautilus now for 2 days, and I'm gonna definitely go back and buy more. Thanks, Danny and Jody and Mary over at Baker White. You guys did a great job on this. Again, great packaging. Listen, this is a short video compared to my last one. I'm not gonna have to do a whole lot of editing, hopefully. But remember, we have like 34 hours left to get your comments in for the FDA. This is our life now. This is our hobby. This is saving our life. This is making us healthier. I know we're not supposed to say that, are we? Can't make health claims. Bad Jim. Bad lesser man. But get your comments in. There's no time to waste. I do have, I'll put the links to my comments on the YouTube video on our Vaping Militia Facebook page. You can use my format. Go in there and follow the CASA. I'll put the CASA link in there, the 4th call of action. Follow the CASA guidelines to making your comment. Don't waste any more time. Time's going really, really fast, folks. So thank you, Baker White number 104, the Odin by Baker White number 104. Well done. Well done, Baker White. Remember, be well, vape polite, and vape responsibly. Until I talk to you next time. Later.